say a picture is worth 1,000 words. But what happens when I have 1,000 pictures? If the math is done correctly, I should end up with plenty of words, but somehow I end up with none. Only recollections of people and places and feelings of home. The only place that I've been homesick for is not a structure or a building, but bodies of family who gave me the moon when all they could afford was a star. You know, when I was little, I would tell these people that they could never die because I need them too much. They would laugh and say, okay. In present day, I say that same thing, they reply the same way, but now I understand why they laugh. When we do die, I wonder, does our life flash before our eyes the way it does in movies? Are the transitions properly timed with the appropriate soundtrack? Would the still image of Mom and I at the park be as crisp as that day? Maybe they're not single stills. It's quite possible that it's a series of still images arranged just right to form a moving picture. Would the images maybe smell like the basement right after it rained? I'm curious, please tell me. Could I smell Grandma and Papa's coffee from the living room? Hear them murmuring real quiet in an attempt not to wake anyone when they were up so early? Maybe even count how many spoons of sugar Papa put in his coffee because it was just that quiet. After morning coffee, it's known that Grandma sits down to watch the news. She used to wait to hear the cracks of growing ankles marching in sync with the creaks of the stairs their heavy feet descended slowly to ask, "What's for breakfast?" Family was always greeted by tiny arms spread open wide when they came home from work. Mama in her rock and roll clothes, Papa in his greasy work uniform, my uncles in their corn-covered overalls or with book bags on their backs. Grandma and I were always waiting, counting down the minutes and hours until we could see our family members, and we still are. They used to be 2 bedrooms away, but those slowly turned to blocks and towns and states, always looking forward to the next time, but we never really know when that is. Someday, they will leave out of my front door and go to work, and they won't come back. I won't get to watch them take off their uncomfortable shoes and hear them complain about how rigorous work was. I won't be able to explain a new Barbie game I invented or explain the new episode of SpongeBob. I will not forget that as I grow up, my family does too. They have taught me that it is okay to carry around excitement, but we must also carry patience. When we are children, our hands are too full to carry both, so we throw one aside and grow up too fast. We open our suitcases and stuff our baby blankets at the bottom, fill these bags to the brim with responsibilities, and cry when the consequences don't match our luggage. As we grow, our arms spread open wide once more and welcome Patience with a big hug. When I ask Patience to give my family members even bigger hugs, he laughs and says, "Okay," and I no longer want to understand why he laughs. I don't want to carry this luggage around, and I don't want to be states away. But life moves at its own pace, and we have very little control over it. So while we are young and our hearts are still beating fast, we must live in the present. You may step in the past or future for only a brief moment, but be sure you return in good time. You still have people to greet at the